Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to make an updated eyeshadow palette collection video. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. I'm gonna start off with Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. So this was in everyone's makeup collection, at least, well, not everyone's, but like at some point it seemed like it was in everyone's makeup collection. I still enjoy it when I want a reliable neutral palette, which is like warm toned. I go for this. Well, it's not necessarily warm tone. Like some shades are, well, most of the shades, yeah, they're warm. I especially like tempera. I like using tempera as like a setting shade, so that's one of the shades that I gravitate towards. When I have to do makeup for my family who are have a bit more of a warm toned undertone, I enjoy using the neutrals in this because it suits them wonderfully. On me, not the best perhaps, but yeah, that's the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. Next up, I have the Anastasia Riviera palette. So I bought this a couple of years ago from TK Maxx. I haven't used it that much. I mostly have used this white here because a lot of my eyeshadow palettes tend to not really have like a perfectly white matte eyeshadow. And I also use Palm sometimes for my eyebrows. I still need to play around with it a little more. I think I have used this in the past on one of my relatives. Since it's a more, well, would you consider this a warm tone palette? Because the color story is a bit eclectic, so yeah, but still, I used it mostly for relatives. But yeah, I have enjoyed what I've used so far from it. So I'm gonna start off with the Beauty Bay and Nikki Tutorials collab. So I actually like this palette, especially the shimmers. I think the mattes could be better. I'm not a huge fan of warm tones. So like these neutral warm tones are not really my cup of tea, but the shimmers are just gorgeous. Like this one, Pride, you see that? It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, but I still enjoy this palette. So now I have the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. So this is like your quintessential rainbow palette. I don't use it very often, but when I need a rainbow palette, I always find it useful. I wouldn't say that the quality of this is the best. Like, okay, that does look good. But I feel like the mattes in this don't blend as well. The shimmers, I don't really use it for the shimmers, to be honest, because I have better shimmer eyeshadows and other formulas from other brands. But yeah, I still find it useful when it comes to finding colorful eyeshadow. Now we have the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. I actually really enjoy this palette. So in the way in which this this palette is set up is, so on the outer perimeter it has baked shimmer eyeshadows, and then in the middle here you have matte eyeshadows, mostly corresponding with those baked shadows, and then in the middle you have a highlighter. So I actually enjoy all of these eyeshadows. Like this one, I like this one. It has like a, they have like an iridescence to them. Yeah, that's the Zodiac palette. So next I'm gonna do the palettes whose brands start with a letter C. Here I have the a Chanel palette. This is the travel makeup palette. It came in a set. When you open it, it looks like this. It's more of a like a face palette. So it smells like kids makeup. The bronzer and the blush are a bit chalky and they don't really show up. That's meant to be a bronzer, but yeah. I did receive this palette from my auntie, so because of that, it still kind of has a place in my heart. But yeah, the quality isn't the best, and for like the Chanel price you would expect better. So now I have ColourPop. So I only have three ColourPop palettes. This is one of them. Generally speaking, I would say that in my opinion, the ColourPop palette, eyeshadow palette formula is better than the single eyeshadow formula. In my opinion, it performs better. So this palette, I enjoy quite a bit. It has seen quite a bit of use. When I need a palette that is reliable, I go for this. The shimmers are nice. They're not like blinding. They are just, you know, perfect for like everyday casual wear. And to be fair, like it's sometimes tough to like find good, like perfectly neutral eyeshadows that don't lean too cool or too warm. But this palette basically has that. And look at that. They have like a dimension to them, like depth, that I really enjoy. These are perfect for like, you know, work scenarios and whatnot. So yeah, that's the, oh sorry, I forgot to say that's the That's Taupe palette. Yeah, lovely palette. Next up I have the My Little Pony ColourPop palette. I bought this years ago, and it was in my previous palette collection video. I still use it when I want a nice light blue shimmer. I always go to this palette, because especially because of this specific shade. It has like a it has a white base, but it has a blue shift to it, which I really enjoy. So yeah, that's the My Little Pony X Colourpop eyeshadow palette. Next up, I have the Colourpop and Bratz eyeshadow palette. This is a kind of a new addition to my collection, and this shade did come in broken. I haven't had much time to play with it, but by the looks of it, like, it looks really pretty. And to be honest, I enjoy collecting Bratz and Barbie eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I just had to get this to like add to my Bratz collection. Even if I don't necessarily use it, I bought it mostly for that reason. So yeah, that's the Colourpop and Bratz palette. Next up, I have the an Etude House palette called Rudolph Coming to Town. This I bought years ago. It was like a holiday palette. I still like going into this palette, mostly because of this shade. It's like it has like an invisible base, but it has a shimmery quality to it, and I feel like I need to get more of these sorts of shades because I really enjoy them. I enjoy pairing stuff like this. I enjoy like using shades like this as a topper. And yeah, so that's also a nice palette. I'm not sure which year it came out in, but yeah. Next up, I have the Glamlight and Barbie collab. This is the Dream Summer palette. As I've previously said, I enjoy collecting Barbie and Bratz eyeshadow palettes, and this is the Color Story. I like this Color Story. I mostly used the purples in this, and the pinks. I'm still waiting for I was gonna use the blues for an event, but then the event had gotten cancelled. I'm really eager to like crack this open in summer, because I feel like that's the time in which I can get the most use out of this. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I love this Color Story. So that's the Barbie Glamlight palette. Now I have the Juvia's Place, the Deuce. Gorgeous artwork in the front. So I like the Color Story of this, but my only issue with this was that some of the shades in this, they had irritated my eyelid a little bit. I'm not sure why. I did like this shade. It's a white with a pink iridescence to it, and it looks absolutely magical. But yeah, I have been a bit scared to use this palette again after that episode. I feel like I need to test it out again, because if it does irritate my eyes, then I don't know if there's a point to keeping this. But yeah, that's the Deuce, and I believe this isn't being sold anymore. So yeah, but in my opinion, this color story from Juvia's Place is one of their best. Well, that's kind of subjective. I would say instead, like, it was one of my favorite color stories that I've ever seen from them. But yeah, that's the Juice palette. Next up, I have 2 Jeffree Star palettes. I'm gonna start with Blood Money. So yeah. So 1 second. This is a bit it's a bit annoying to open, but yeah. So this is the Blood Money Jeffree Star palette. I like the packaging of this. It feels very robust, even though I know some people hate this sort of bulky packaging. I do enjoy it. This is mostly a green palette. From what I've used, my favorite shade has been Divine Intervention. So it's a white, but it comes up, it has this green iridescence. So basically, so far what I've determined from making this video is that I enjoy white eyeshadows with like a shift to them. But yeah, I really like this color story. So yeah, that's the Blood Money. Next up, I have the Alien palette. I like this packaging as well. So this is also kind of in the green color family. My favorite shades out of this palette are the Area 51 and Probe. It's like this really pretty gunmetal shade. I feel like at some point in time, like in, I would say the 2010s, early 2010s, gunmetal shades were kind of trendy, and now you kind of hardly find them. But yeah, that's a really nice gunmetal shade. Yeah, that's the Alien palette. Next up, I have the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. To be honest, it's a very warm leaning palette. So because of that, I don't use it as often. I mean, even though it looks massacred. What I mostly use in this palette is like the colored bits and these like taupey shades. I feel like some of these eyeshadows have also kind of irritated my eye at some point, so I need to test it out more, just to like see if all of the shades kind of have this irritating quality or if it's just some of them. But yeah, I feel like I will never kind of use the warm, like the very warm tones, but these like shimmers and stuff, like this corner here, I would love to like dig into. So yeah, that's the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. Next up, I have two palettes from Makeup by Lisa. It's an indie brand which is also sold on Etsy. It's Makeup by Lisa is based in Isle of Wight. So first up, I have the Secret Garden palette, and that's what it looks like. It has 3 pressed glitters. Pressed glitters are kind of controversial, but I do enjoy them. This shade especially, like, I've never seen something, I've never seen a pressed glitter that looks this magical. It's like the perfect Christmas pressed glitter. Even Sprite like would be a good Christmas pressed glitter. So yeah, looking at it like this, I kind of see that it has some qualities which are similar to the Juvia's Place Deuce. So I mean, what makes this palette, in my opinion, are these two shades. Like, apart from this one is magical, this one. But yeah, and this is similar to this one. Maybe this one is more similar to this one, actually. Let's see. There's a, this is a tinge darker, but yeah, like the similarity is there. So like if I find that this still irritates me, then maybe I'll depot this one and maybe I can declutter the rest of the palette, since I kind of have like substitutes in this one that kind of quench my thirst for this palette. Next up, I have the Makeup by Lisa Raven's Castle palette. This is a cool tone palette. It's kind of unique in my collection in the sense that it's like, I don't know, it has like a quality to it which is kind of like they have like a desaturated element to them. I have been enjoying this palette. I've used it a few times. Yeah, and I've been enjoying the Makeup by Lisa formula. Yeah, they're really pretty eyeshadows. Makeup by Lisa, they also make like really nice nail polish. They make lip glosses. I have tried their nail polishes, they're nice as well. I still haven't tried their lip glosses, maybe in the future, but at the minute I kind of have quite a bit of lip glosses. Next up, I have another indie brand. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes from Pastel Roses, which is a UK based indie brand. So this is the first one, the Gingerbread Bakery eyeshadow palette. I think the packaging is cute. That's what it looks like. It's not necessarily, so that's what the color story looks like. I've been enjoying this palette, even though like it's a bit, it does have a warm toned quality to it, but it still looks really pretty. I mean, look at that. That's magical. Ooh, let's try that one too. Yeah. So from what I've noticed, Pastel Roses does like these marbled eyeshadows. I still haven't like been using these marbled eyeshadows very often, so I don't know how to feel about them for now. When I bought these 3 palettes, I bought them together, and Pastel Roses also gave me like a free single eyeshadow with that. So I thought that was nice actually. But yeah, it's a really pretty little palette. Next up, I have the Pastel Roses Floral Temptation palette. It looks, the packaging looks a bit bridal. When you open it, that's what it looks like. This boho shade looks magical. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. I feel like even though the matte eyeshadows are nice by Pastel Roses, the shimmers are where they shine, pun intended. Yeah, like they are so beautiful. But yeah, that's the Floral Temptation palette. Next up, I have the Book of Spells and Potions. Oh, I have glitter. Oops. When you open it, it looks like this. It's a very Halloween and autumn. It looks like a very Halloween and autumnal eyeshadow palette. I feel like I really need to use these 2 shades for Christmas. So I feel like in the camera, this shade looks a bit, pulls a bit more orange, but I feel like it looks also very reddish in real life. I don't know, like it looks quite magical, to be honest. But yeah, at least, well, I'm not sure, because now that I'm seeing it under certain lights, this looks a bit more red, but yeah, now I'm seeing it a bit more orange. Yeah, so that's the Spells and Potions palette. So next up, I have the Sigma Enchanted palette. It looks like this. I love the holographic quality to this packaging. When you open it, it looks like this. Comes with an eyeshadow brush. I think the shimmers in this look magical. The mattes perform wonderfully as well. And I have played around, like if you enjoy like kind of, if you mostly enjoy neutrals but you want to dabble a bit into color, I would say that this is a good palette, because the shimmers in this, even though they're colorful, I mean, no one is born with, you know, like bluish eyelids like that, but I feel like they have like an earthy element to them, so because of that they still look a bit natural-ish. Maybe natural isn't the correct word. Like a muted quality, but like muted sounds bad. It's like a, I would call these spicy neutrals. Let's just call them spicy neutrals, yeah. But yeah, I am looking forward to playing around with this a bit more, especially like for spring. I feel like I can get a lot of like spring looks out of these shimmers. But yeah, that's the Sigma Enchanted palette. I actually had bought this thinking that it's the Cinderella palette, but after having looked at the color story, I feel like this looks even prettier than the Sigma Cinderella palette. But yeah, I wasn't disappointed. I was pleased with this. Next up, I also have the Sample Beauty Plush palette. I think Sample Beauty is a very underrated brand when it comes to makeup. Their single eyeshadows especially, I believe most of the time they're on sale on Beauty Bay for like £150, and they perform wonderfully. So this is what the palette looks like. It's warm toned, which, as I've said before, it's not necessarily my style. However, they do perform nicely. The shimmers are beautiful, as you can see, very vibrant. Yeah, I think Sample Beauty, it's a crime how underrated they are. But yeah, their eyeshadow is basically cheap, but their formula performs so wonderfully that I honestly can't believe that people aren't talking about it more. But yeah, that's the Sample Beauty Plush palette. Also, I apologize about my nails because well, I was doing them yesterday, and after ruining them for 3 times, I was like, I'm not gonna do them a 4th time. So yeah, I'm just sticking to that. And also I have a bunch of paper cuts and the burn here because I accidentally touched the pan while cooking. So yeah, just be careful while cooking, yeah. Now I have two Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I have this one, which is my most recent acquisition. It looks like that. I got it on sale during the Black Friday sale. I still haven't tested it out, but I'm planning to crack into it maybe tomorrow. But yeah, so far I think it's gonna be a good palette. I think it's gonna be good, but we'll see. I do feel like Natasha Denona is a bit overrated, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I feel like, considering what people always say about Natasha Denona's palettes, I was expecting something more life-changing. Not that, you know, it's not a bad formula, but it's a bit, I don't know, I feel like the hype is a bit out of proportion. I also have the I Need a Nude palette. This is very much like really popular at the minute. When you open it, it looks like this. I feel like this is the epitome of 2024. I got married this year and I did use this for my wedding because I wanted something reliable. I kind of paired this with the Stove palette by Colourpop, the one that I showed earlier. And it did perform beautifully. But yeah, that's the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I feel like this shade, Mia, is not pressed very well into the pan. I don't know if you can see that, but it seems a bit bulging out, like it's bulging out, and I feel like any minute it will pop out. But yeah, beautiful color story, but I feel like I could live without this shade here. I feel like it throws off the color story a little bit. And maybe this one, yeah, but yeah, I do like it. This is another reliable palette. Next up, I have the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This is the only Urban Decay palette that I've ever tried because it seemed magical to me. I mean, look at that packaging. It's gorgeous. When you open it, it looks like this. I feel like this palette was a bit underrated, especially considering the hype that the Naked palettes get, the Urban Decay Naked palettes get, and like, especially considering how like popular special shades are at the minute. Like these shades have a special element to them, you know. So I don't know, I feel like it didn't deserve I feel like it deserved more praise. I've never owned like another Urban Decay palette, but like color story wise and like packaging wise, I feel like this is probably one of the best palettes that they've come up with in recent years. So yeah, that's the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This is also a reliable, like one of my reliable palettes. Like if I want to make sure that I have a good look going on, I will probably gravitate towards that if I want something more casual. Next up, I have the Pixie by Petra palette. This was also in my last eyeshadow palette collection video. This is quite old now at this point. If I want like a reliable face palette, I guess I don't really use this for eyeshadow because I have so many better eyeshadow palettes. But as a face palette, this is phenomenal because, like, especially if you do other people's makeup. So, well, like, I'm not a makeup artist, but as I've said, like, I do relative, like, makeup for my relatives, and they have different undertones than me, things like that. I feel like this kind of covers all bases. I use, like, even the eyeshadow portion, I use them as like face powders, and they look really gorgeous. But yeah, this is the Pixie by Petra Ultimate Beauty Kit 5th edition, and I don't think they've come out with another one since then, and I think that's a shame. Next up, I have the Pretty Vulgar palette. No, that's the brand, sorry. Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. This is what it looks like. It's this is old. I don't think they sell this anymore. Pretty Vulgar overall just completely fell off the map, and I feel like there was a time and place almost 10 years ago when this was like really trendy. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's yeah, it's very like early 2010s, this color story. So yeah, that's the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. Next up, I have the Pure X Barbie. I have two Pure X Barbie palettes. So I feel like I need to show them together because I want to like give you a comparison. So this is what they look like. I think, so in my opinion, this is a lot prettier than this one, packaging wise. I have made a video in the past playing with this one, kind of like a 3 looks 1 palette type of video. This also is like a reliable palette for me. I feel like Pure is not, it's kind of underrated as well. I mean, I've only ever tried these 2 palettes, but I find them very reliable formula wise. And if like I want a pretty look, I always kind of gravitate towards this one, especially this one more so for like my relatives. Like if I'm gonna do a look on them, it has some very gorgeous warm tones in them. So as far as I know, this one was the US, like the American release, and this one was the UK release. So that's what that one looks like, and this is what this one looks like. So as you can see, the UK one, this one, has a warmer quality to it. This one is a bit more fun and colorful. I especially like this shade. This is a pressed glitter, and even though they're controversial, I really like them. Like, look at that. Oh, can you focus, please? Like, it looks so pretty, especially for like a nighttime look. But yeah, if you like want to see a 3 looks 1 palette for this one, I do have a video up. But it's not really like you can buy it anymore. This one I actually bought relatively recently. I got it off Vinted, and I was happy to kind of complete my little collection. But yeah, that's what the palettes look like, and I prefer this one. I had a friend who told me that these kind of specks of crystal look like salami, and I think that's so funny. I mean, look at that. It's so gorgeous. It's a bit dirty. I apologize, because I love this palette. But look at that. So pretty. Oh, and they do have like a scent. This one smells a bit like vanilla, and in that 3 Lux 1 palette video, I had asked someone about what this smells like to them, and they said chemistry. So that's nice. But yeah, let me see if this one has a smell, because I never tried smelling it. This one doesn't have a smell. Yeah, so in my opinion, like, the American one has a more like luxurious, heavy duty feel to it. Next up, I have some Revolution palettes. So this is the oldest one that I have in my collection, and I mostly bought this so that I can use this for eyeliner. As you can see, it hasn't seen much use. The reason being is that I bought it over 5 years ago, and then I moved, and I had left this one there. Then I recently got it back. So yeah, but I feel like for like carnival, this would be such a nice, like, rather than nice, like a convenient, let's say convenient palette, you know, because it kind of has everything. It's another rainbow palette, and I feel like these colors, well, in the pan itself, the colors look a bit more vibrant than the ones in the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. Then I also have this one. This color story looks very autumnal. Oh, sorry, I forgot to like tell you which palette it is. Yeah, that just says Mischief Mattes Regeneration. Sorry. I don't know how did I read this before that. Whatever. Okay, this one is the Reloaded Iconic Division. So this one I had purchased because I had seen the Subculture palette years later, and I wanted it, but it had already kind of gone out of stock. I tried it out, realized that these shades may not be the best for me, but yeah, some of the shades are still nice. They look I mean, for Revolution, this is actually quite good, because I think Revolution's eyeshadows are a bit hit or miss. Some of them can come across as chalky and things like that. These do have a chalky feeling to them. But yeah, I do want to like get some use out of this. Next up, I have another collection. from Revolution. So does it I have the Bratz palettes. They also have like the individual ones. So these, even though I didn't buy them to like necessarily get use out of them, you know, I mostly got them for my collection purposes. That's what the packaging looks like. And when you open it, it looks like that. Not really sure if like color story is quite eclectic. Yeah, I'm choosing red for Tweevils is like a crime. How can you not put a pink in there, you know? I feel like these two shades here should be swatched around, like swapped around. That's the Bratz Revolution palette. And now we have the individual ones. How do I show all of them like that? Sure. So that is Chloe. I kept the plastic in. That's what it looks like. These two colors are actually quite nice. But yeah, that's the Chloe palette. Next up we have Jade. Looks like that. I like these two shades here. Greens, very lovely greens. I think because her name is Jade, they like went full green with this. Next up we have Yasmin. It has a very neutral color story. I actually think that this is, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like this row here looks like a bit similar to the Revolution Reloaded palette, like has the autumnal quality to it. But yeah, and last but not least we have Sasha. I mean, this blue here beanie looks so pretty. But yeah, that's Sasha. Anyway guys, that was my entire eyeshadow palette collection. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, then feel free to subscribe, leave a comment telling me I don't know maybe you can tell me like what your favorite eyeshadow palette is. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you and bye.